Afternoon, everybody. I'm confused because the time on my scoreboard for this game says 6 o'clock, and I know it is supposed to be 3 o'clock. There's the problem. Well, one of them. Okay, now I realized here in StreamYard that I'm supposed to take down the uh, green screen. All right, let's start with the WNBA update, shall we, while we wait for this game to begin? New York leads Connecticut 85 to 71 in Connecticut. There's 100 seconds remaining in that game, and Sabrina Ionescu leads with 33 points for all scorers. That's our update. The other game I thought I would be able to do, I missed the timing because I had planned to do the last game of the Astros and the Red Sox. But that game pitched at 11:05, and I was sitting here in my office trying to do graphics for this game, which I never got done for a very good reason. Fell asleep. So we're waiting on our game to begin from Seattle. So we're going to roll. I'm going to roll this intro. Hope you all like it. Matter of fact, I'm going to put this screen up here. Hope you all. All right. Stand by, everybody. All right.
Snowman on the mic, no mistake, he elevates. Play by play.
The pitch. We're going to drive into deep center field. Miller back at the track, looking up. See you later! Go, Denny, go! 30, 20, 10, 5, good night, touchdown! Unbelievable!
Formation in motion, handoff McFerrin, running off right tackle, and McFerrin is loose! Goodbye, baby! 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Put it in the book, and that's a Spartan winner.
Vision, precision, lifting hope. Every word is the mission. Ambition with his queen by his side. No division, just fusion.
All right. Indiana Fever and the Seattle Storm. Good afternoon, everybody. Brian Snow here with you. We are awaiting the start of this game. It is the top of the hour. And we're ready to get started. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Snowman Sportsnet and the Indiana Sports, bringing you all heart, all action, and all Indiana. Also brought to you by Snowman Multimedia. We're ready to go. Aaron McDonald, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, Natasha Howard, and Aaliyah Boston. Your starting five for the Indiana Fever: Skylar Diggins, Erica Wheeler, Gabby Williams, Isai McBeggar, and Nneka Ogumake. The starting five for the Seattle Storm. Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, Washington is the site, and we are set to go. Indiana in the road blue uniforms with the yellow numbers and lettering. Seattle trots out in the home whites. They will have the Kelly green letters. Players exchange pleasantries at center court. And we are ready to go. McBeggar will take the center jump against Aaliyah Boston. Ball on the floor. They scramble forward already. We got another jump ball. Each of these teams are 16 and 12. Indiana sitting in the 5 spot because of a victory they owned over Seattle earlier in the year. And we'll try it again. Ogumake clearly wins the jump this time. Wheeler will drop it to Skylar Diggins, and off we go from Seattle. Diggins front court to the right. Diggins against Kelsey Mitchell. They dump it underneath to McBeggar. McBeggar turns on Aaliyah Boston and shoots it. That's an air ball, and Boston the rebound. Hands to Avery McDonald. Indiana travels right to left in the first half. McDonald across the timeline into the front court against Erica Wheeler. Bounce pass to Mitchell on the right wing. Mitchell works off the Howard screen. Back to McDonald right side. Underneath Natasha Howard. Double fake, and she shoots it in. 2-0 in favor of the Indiana Fever. 9:20 for the first quarter. Gabby Williams, McBeggar in the front court, throws it underneath, and it's stolen by Howard. Howard across into the front court. Finds Aaron McDonald. Flying in. Lays it in. 4-0 Indiana. One of the keys to today's game, got to get out to a fast start. And that's one thing I'm going to implement during a pregame show. I had planned to do it today. Didn't get all the prep done. So we're just going to roll with our game broadcast. Diggins has it out front between the circles. 12 to shoot. Diggins works off the McBeggar screen. Gives it to McBeggar. Foul line jump. In and out. Rebound. Aaliyah Boston. 4-0 Fever. 8:45 for the first. Aaliyah Boston out front. Backdoor McDonald. That pass tipped in the air and stolen by Williams. Hands to Ogumake. Run ahead Wheeler. Wheeler on the fly. All the way in. Right hand layup good. 4-2 our score. 8:29 left in the first as Aaron McDonald brings it up. McDonald across into the front court. Leans over the dribble at the timeline. Plays it right side to Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell against McBeggar. Out front to Aaliyah Boston. Right side McDonald for 3. In and out. Long rebound chased down by Gabby Williams. Hot Rod Williams across into the front court. Williams on the drive. Backs in on Howard. Lean in, flip. Good. Tie game. 4 apiece. 8 minutes for the first. Now they try to throw it underneath, but a foul called. That'll be on Gabby Williams. That's her first. And that's McBeggar who picks up the foul. That'll be her first. And the first team foul. I think the Rangers got to take the Yankees playoff spot. Neither one of them are going to make the playoffs, so who cares? Of course, I'm messing with our coup. Callie Greenshields is here with us. Kenneth Clark is here with us. Thank you all for joining. Here comes Williams, flying baseline, lost the ball, stolen by Ogumake. Up ahead to Wheeler. Wheeler front court to the right. Dances on the dribble. Fakes the 3. Back to McBeggar on the left side. Williams. Williams works off the McBeggar screen. Williams works it left of the lane. Now turns it right down the lane. A pitch out right corner. A 3 ball on the way is good. Nneka Ogumake with a 3. Seattle has scored 7 in a row, and they lead 7-4. Boston in the front court to Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell to the right side for Natasha Howard. Dump low right to Boston, and a foul called. It's on Ogumake. That's her first, and the team's second. Last time these two teams played, the Fever won by 8, 94-86. Hey, Arku, I do it in pure unadulterated fun. And if it gets a laugh out of you, that's what I want. Here's a 3 by Mitchell. Nope. Rebound to Mitchell. Mitchell dumps it low to Howard. She shoots it in. Howard with 4, and it's 7-6. 7:05 left in the first. Now they run ahead, and Boston with a steal. Right to left comes the Indiana Fever with a chance for the lead. Mitchell for 3 off the back of the rim. Long rebound, Aaliyah Boston. Pitch out McDonald on the right wing. Ari McDonald dances on the dribble, finds Kelsey Mitchell flying to the hole. In from the left, shoots it up. Nope, but a foul call. I don't get offended. Good. I don't want fans to get offended by my smart aleck comments. They are meant to make you laugh. Don't take stuff seriously. The stuff you should take seriously is my play-by-play, because I want to bring this to you as best as I can. Kelsey Mitchell to the free throw line in her 8th year out of Ohio State. Mitchell's free throw is good. Tied at 7 and 6:48 left in the first quarter. I'm going to implement a suggestion that I know I should have taken all season, but for some reason I didn't. The second attempt on the way, good. 2 more on the West Coast, Tuesday in Los Angeles and Thursday in Phoenix. We'll have it all for you here on Snowman Sportsnet. A dump pass low to McBeggar. Rolls on Natasha Howard. Had it stripped. Got it back. Fadeaway shot in the lane. Good. 9-8. Seattle Storm in front. 6:28 for the quarter. McDonald across into the front court. Works off the Boston screen. Boston has it on the move to the right. Here comes Boston. Backs in on McBeggar. Over the top pass to Howard. Goes up. Scores. Natasha Howard has 6. And the Fever lead by 1, 10-9. 6:12 for the first. Ogumake out front to Diggins at the free throw line. Back to Ogumake. 18-footer from the right. No good. Rebound, Natasha Howard. Howard to Ari McDonald. McDonald across into the front court. Standing dribble off to the right. Now has it in the right corner. That ball is poked away underneath. McDonald able to come up with it. Shovels a pass to Natasha Howard, but it's stolen anyway, this time by Wheeler. Wheeler back the other way, left to right. Wheeler in the front court. In the right corner is Ogumake. Ogumake out front to Williams. Williams shoots a straight on 3. Rimming, no. Aaliyah Boston the rebound. 10-9, Fever with the lead, and 5.5 for the first. Boston in the front court finds Mitchell. Mitchell off to the left. She's trapped. Plays it to McDonald. 3-ball left corner. Nope. Rebound Diggins. Back comes Seattle looking for the lead. They run ahead to Wheeler. They lost track of her, and she missed the layup. And the rebound, Aaliyah Boston. Boy, they dodged a bullet. They dodged a major bullet. 5-10 for the first. Howard in the front court. Backdoor Sophie Cunningham goes up. Scores. 3-point lead. Sophie Cunningham with her first bucket. The veteran from the 5-year veteran from Missouri gives the Indiana Fever a 3-point lead. Gabby Williams in the front court, guarded by Cunningham. Out front, Wheeler. Wheeler holds and looks. Now plays it left side to Diggins. Diggins on the drive, left baseline, all the way to the hoop and shoots it in. Skylar Diggins with her first bucket in her 11th year out of Notre Dame makes it 12-11. Kelsey Mitchell in the front court to the right side, Cunningham. Over the top pass underneath to Aaliyah Boston. Backdoor cut intended for Natasha Howard, and Seattle comes up with another steal. That's one thing they got to cut down on are turnovers. Run ahead Williams, layup good. Seattle in front. 4:20 remaining for the first. And the Storm lead the Fever 13-12. McDonald across into the front court. Out front, Howard. On the right side, Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell flying all the way in. Reverse layup missed. Gabby Williams the rebound. Rebound on the Williams on the push. Williams in the front court. Outside left. Out front to McBeggar. To the right side for Williams. Or Diggins, I beg your pardon. Diggins holds and looks off to the right. 8 to shoot. And a steal by Kelsey Mitchell and a foul on Kelsey Mitchell. And that'll lead us to a timeout. 3:48 left in the first. It's the Seattle Storm 13 and the Indiana Fever 12. This is Indiana Fever basketball on the Indiana Sports Hub. Today's broadcast is presented by Snowman Sportsnet and the Indiana Sports Hub, bringing you all heart, all action, and all Indiana. Also brought to you by Snowman Multimedia, celebrating 30 years of broadcast excellence. All right, off to a good start so far, even though the Fever trail by 1. Of course, this is an interactive broadcast. You can chat with me at any time, and we will acknowledge you if you tell us where you are chatting from. And since I get to mess with Arku today, who is a great friend, great brother, and he always tunes into the morning show and hangs out with us, then why are you a Cowboy fan, Arku? I just have to know that. And Callie dropped us a trivia question. Here's the first one. The Storm have won 4 championships between 2004 and 2020. 2 other teams have won 4 championships. Who are they? I will guess one of them to be the Minnesota Lynx. I will guess one of them to be Minnesota. Who would the second team be? 4 championships. I read the question again. The Storm have won 4 championships between 2004 and 2020. 2 other teams have won 4 championships. Who are they? And I'm trying to work on my enunciation and pronunciation because I've been out of the game for so long. I will guess one of them to be Minnesota, and I will guess the other one, this is a straight on guess, to be Los Angeles. The Lynx are one. Are you talking about, Callie, between that time period, 2004 and 2020? No, to LA. Okay, so it's not that specific time period. Who's won 4 championships? Okay, the other team I can think of in WNBA history to win 4 championships would be the Houston Comets. Let's see if I'm right or if I missed a detail. Dominique Malonga, Tiffany Mitchell on for the Seattle Storm after the timeout. Sydney Colson, the veteran from Texas A&M, is joined by Chloe Bibby, the rookie from Maryland. Okay, I did get it right. It's the Houston Comets. 2 other teams have won 4 championships. I had to read the question again. Ari McDonald, her timeline. She was waived by LA on May 14th. June 2nd, signed as a hardship replacement. June 13th, released by Indiana. June 25th, signed by Indiana on our anniversary, my wife's anniversary. And then she rang up a career high 27 against Phoenix last game. There's a foul called on Chloe Bibby, and Isaiah McBagger will shoot a pair. The last 2 games, Ari McDonald is averaging 21 points and 7 of 10 from three-point land. 13-12 our score. McBagger drops the free throw, making it 14-12. Ari McDonald now in her 5th year out of Arizona. Comets won 4 consecutive titles, 97 to 2000. I thought they were the other team. But I had thought you were talking about between that time period that you specified in your question. Here's Bibby on the left wing. Dump low left. Aaliyah Boston. She shoots it in. Aaliyah Boston with her first bucket of the game. 15-14 and 3:25 left in the first. McBagger in the front court. McBagger on the drive to the left. Picks up her dribble. Now finds Skylar Diggins. Diggins out front. Malonga on the drive left of the lane, comes up shooting on Chloe Bibby, missed it. Rebound, Aaliyah Boston, a one-handed pick-off, and now a chance for Indiana to get the lead. Colson in the front court, finds Chloe Bibby on the right wing. Out front, Aaliyah Boston directing traffic. Boston on the move to the left, picks up her dribble, finds Mitchell, a wide open 3 out of the left corner, short. Long rebound, snatched down by Gabby Williams. Williams trots it up left to right. In the front court, finds Malonga. Now back to Williams. Williams on the right wing on the drive in from the right, lead in, flip. Nope. Ball volleyballed around, and it comes out to Chloe Bibby. Chance for Indiana to get the lead as Mitchell has it shy of the timeline. Now to Cunningham. A pull-up 3 from the left. Splash! First 3 of the game for Indiana. There's our question of the day. How many threes will the Fever hit today? That got their first one. They're 1 for 6 from distance, and they lead by 2, 17-15. And we get a foul called out front on Sydney Colson. Alicia Clark will come on for Seattle, replacing Isaiah McBeggar. Marlins lead the Yankees 6-1. They're in the bottom of the sixth inning. Here comes Dickens, a pitch out right side, and for Clark, and it's stolen. Can they run ahead to Kelsey Mitchell? They cannot. It's tipped out of bounds. It will stay with Indiana. It looked like Mitchell got fouled. It looked like she got pushed. Now they've changed the call. It's out of bounds off of Kelsey Mitchell. And the ball belongs to Seattle, and Williams trots it up. Williams in the front court. On the right side, Skylar Diggins. Skylar Diggins is fouled by Sydney Colson. Or Sophie Cunningham, beg your pardon. No, there was no push at center court. Just a bad pass. .208 for the first. Lexi Hall, in her sixth year out of Stanford, comes on. Sophie Cunningham gets a breather. Williams, foul line extended right, comes into Malonga. Now hands it to Diggins. Diggins with a wraparound dribble out front. Colson chases her. 2 minutes for the first. Here comes Diggins on the drive into the lane. Lays it up short. Diggins again. Follow. Block, but a foul called. That foul is charged to Aaliyah Boston. That is her first, and that team is over the limit. .156 left in the first. 17-15. Indiana by 2. Diggins' free throw. In and out. Ouch. Let's mention Skylar Diggins in her 11th year out of Notre Dame. The second attempt on the way, good. 1 point game, 17-16. Sydney Colson brings it up. 1:54 left in the first. Colson in the front court, works her way to the right off the screen from Bibby. Colson dancing on the dribble, backs it out towards center court. Diggins poked it away. It's out of bounds, stays with Indiana. Erica Wheeler back on for Seattle. They have it into Lexi Hall, left wing. Aaliyah Boston on the left side. Working her way to the right, hands it off to Colson. On the left wing is Mitchell. Mitchell backs up, 20-footer left of the key. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, stays with Indiana. .17-16, the Indiana Fever lead by 1. They have led by as many as 4. Baseline right to look to come in. To Lexi Hall, driving to the hole. Layup missed. Rebound taken down by Wheeler. Back comes Seattle. Down 1. Wheeler with a stutter step dribble in the front court, flying all the way in and missed the layup. Rebound comes down to Aaliyah Boston. Outlet pass, Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell stutter step fake, 15-footer, in and out. Rebound, Malonga. Seattle down 1 as Wheeler trots it up. We're down to the final minute of the first quarter. Erica Wheeler directing traffic on her way to the right. Wheeler sees the lane open. A pitch out to Clark. A left corner three. Short. Rebound, Chloe Bibby. 50 seconds for the first. Colson hurries it up. Out front, Chloe Bibby. Right side, Aaliyah Boston. Right corner, Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell whips it underneath to Aaliyah Boston. Had trouble getting it. Gathering in and shoots it in, and a foul called. Or did they wipe it out? They wiped it out. They wiped it out and called an offensive foul on Aaliyah Boston. That will be her second. They did. They wiped it out. Now Boston will have to come out with those 2 fouls. .17-16. Fever lead by 1. Wheeler across into the front court. Erica Wheeler off to the right. Out front, Malonga. Malonga moves left, holding and looking, and throws it away. So the Fever will have it with 25.4 left in the first. One difference, shot clock to game clock. And Colson brings it up. Again, one difference, shot clock to game clock. 8 points off turnovers for Seattle, only 4 for the Liberty. Colson holding near the timeline. 13, 12, 11, now 10. Colson has it off to the left, starts to move off the double screen. 5 seconds underneath Natasha Howard, and a foul called with 4.6 left in the first. So Mitchell will bring it in. Foul line extended right. In play, and it's tipped and it's stolen by Wheeler. Another turnover for the Fever. Wheeler a straight on three as the quarter sounds. No, and that's the end of the quarter. Horn sounds, end of one. Not a good output turnover-wise for the Fever, as the Fever have 7 turnovers in the first quarter, only 4 for Seattle, and the Fever lead by 1 at the end of one, 17-16 on the Indiana Sports Hub. My paper's stuck. Become a part of the All Heart team. Snowman support Snowman Multimedia on Patreon to help us expand our independent coverage of women's sports and beyond. I write this and I can't read it. Try again. Become a part of our All Heart team. Support Snowman Multimedia on Patreon to help us expand our independent coverage of women's sports and beyond. Sign up at patreon.com/Snowman Multimedia. So what do y'all think so far about the Fever at the end of the first quarter? They've got to cut the turnovers down. They've got to cut them down. Otherwise, Seattle's going to, because Seattle already has 8 points off of turnovers. What do you all think? What are your thoughts so far about the Fever in the first quarter? Hit open shots. Agreed. And make layups. And a shout to BGS for joining us here from Los Angeles. You got to get out and run, and you got to convert. You have to make your basket. You have to make your shots. You have to make your shots. Coming into today, Indiana scoring 85 points per game, 85.3. Seattle, that's 4th in the WNBA, by the way. Seattle 81.6, that's 8th in the league. And they had a Donnybrook against the Sparks on Friday night. It went double overtime, and the Sparks lost by a pair, 108-106. Meanwhile, the Fever are coming off of a 10-point win against the Dallas Wings, 88-78. They've won 4 in a row, the Fever have, and 3 of those 4 have been by double digits. Fever coming into today shooting 45.6% from the field. Seattle 44.5. 3-point field goals. Indiana 34.5. Seattle 33.9. And the free throw percentage, and that's going to be a factor today. Indiana at 77.6. Seattle at 78. And the turnovers are going to be big too. Since I mentioned turnovers, Indiana at 13.3 turnovers per game, Seattle 12.5. Waiting to start the second quarter as the Fever lead by 1 at the end of one. Each team went scoreless in the final 2 minutes of the first half. All right, ready for the second. ready for the second quarter as the Fever carry a 1-point lead into the second period, 17-16. And it's Indiana ball moving right to left, and against pressure, they have it in play to McDonald. It's McDonald along with Natasha Howard. Damaris Dantas from Brazil is in the game. Sophie Cunningham in and Lexi Hull in. Dantas has it out front with a right-hand dribble. Now finds McDonald, works off the Dantas screen between the rings. Now plays it to Howard. Over the top pass into Dantas, goes up, scores. Damaris Dantas with her first bucket. She's been scoring a lot lately. And the Fever lead by 3, 19-16. This is a big game for both teams who sit at 16 and 12 coming into this afternoon. Here comes Wheeler. Wheeler, dump pass underneath to Malonga. Malonga backs in on Dantas. Fadeaway shot on the baseline. Good. 19-18. Seattle stays within 1 as Ari McDonald has it in the front court. Over the top to Dantas on the left wing. Sophie Cunningham, a wide open 3. Splash! There you go, BGS. There's your wide open shot. And she hit it. Tiffany Mitchell on the drive. Gets in the lane against Lexi Hull. Pitches it out to Alicia Clark. Wheeler has it deep on the left wing. 12 on the shot clock. Wheeler with a scissor dribble. Working her way to the left. Out front Clark. Clark on the move to the free throw line. Had the ball kicked. And Seattle will keep it, and they'll reset the clock to 14. They look to bring it in, and they bring it into Wheeler. On the left wing, Alicia Clark. That's a 3. Nope. Long rebound. Out of bounds. Belongs to the Indiana Fever. Mystics lead the Dream 23-12. They're at the end of the first quarter in that game. Ari McDonald trots it up. Right to left comes Indiana in the first half. Dantas has it on the left wing. Dantas plays it out front to McDonald. McDonald works off the Dantas screen on the right side. Cunningham, low right Dantas against Malonga. 6 to shoot. Dantas bulls her way in the lane, fakes. A turnaround shot is missed. Ball on the floor taken by Alicia Clark. 4-point lead for the Fever. They run ahead to Mitchell. Mitchell on the fly. In on Dantas. Shoots it up. No good. Foul called, and Tiffany Mitchell shoots 2. So the 10-year veteran from South Carolina will head to the free throw line for the first time. Oh, big trade. The Minnesota Lynx have acquired DJ Carrington from the Wings. And that's as of today. That note just came across my screen. First free throw by Mitchell. Good. 22-19. 3-point lead. 8:09 left in the half. Skylar Diggins sitting out. So your lineup goes Wheeler, Clark, Malonga, Mitchell, and Brown, who's on the floor for the first time. And that's Lexi Brown, the 8-year veteran from Duke. It's a 2-point lead as Dantas has it out front. Sophie Cunningham comes to get it, works off the Dantas screen, trapped in the corner, but a foul called on Malonga. That's her first team foul. Kelsey Mitchell has 5 wide open shots. You're right. 3 of them were layups. McDonald to come in and play to Cunningham. Cunningham has it out front, plays it to McDonald. McDonald on the left wing, works off the Dantas screen. Now pitches it right side to Cunningham. Over the top pass into Dantas on Malonga. Dantas turns, swings the other way, and missed it. Malonga clears the rebound. The rookie from France hands it to Erica Wheeler. Wheeler across into the front court, outside right. Wheeler, the scissor dribble out front to Alicia Clark. Dump low to Malonga all the way. Layup good, tie game. 22 apiece and 7:25 remaining in the first half. Ari McDonald back the other way. Dantas has it left of the key, looking for help. Can't find anybody. Now finds Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull on the drive left of the lane. A pitch out to Dantas. A 3 on the way. Short. Rebound Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull on the drive. Circles in the lane. Dump it to Natasha Howard. She shoots it in. Natasha Howard has 8. And the lead is 2. 24-22 and 6:59 remaining in the first half. They come back the other way with Lexi Brown. Wheeler has it off to the right. Wheeler dumps it low for Clark. Clark on the fly. Had it tipped away. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with Seattle. With 6:42 remaining in the first half of play. Malonga will now come out. The last 4 games, she's averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds. They loop it in play to Ogumake. Ogumake leans in against Dantas, and a foul called on the floor. Second trivia question is dropped. We will give you that question at our next timeout. They have it in play to Wheeler. Wheeler with a scissor dribble, guarded by Ari McDonald. Wheeler back to the left, right side, a 3 on the way. Nope, rebound out of bounds. It'll belong to Indiana. Here's our next trivia question. I was drafted number 1 by the Storm. I am the only WNBA player in history in 3 different decades, and I played all 4 of the Storm's WNBA championships. Who am I? Sue Bird. That's my guess.
No, you're wrong.
And my wife just told me I'm wrong, so I'm wrong. Here's Dantas with an 18-footer. Got it! From the right key. From right of the key. Lead back to 4, 26-22, and 6:12 remaining in the first half. The way this is going, Indiana should be running away right now. Let's see if they can get a defensive stop. Wheeler out front to McBeggar. Now to the right side from Mitchell. Mitchell drives in from the right all the way to the hoop. Missed the layup. Rebound taken down by Ari McDonald. Here she comes. McDonald on the fly, driving all the way in. Layup is good. And the Fever go up 6, 28-22, and 5:49 remaining in the first half. In the front court is Lexi Brown, and timeout called by Seattle. 5:45 remaining in the first half. McDonald has 4 points in the game, including a fast break layup, and the Indiana Fever lead by 6, 28-22 on the Indiana Sports Hub, presented by Snowman Sportsnet. Here's the trivia question again. I was drafted number 1 by the Storm. I am the only WNBA player to play in 3 different decades, and I played on all 4 of the Storm's WNBA championship teams. Who am I? Sue Bird, out of Connecticut. I thought so. I know a little something about women's basketball, especially WNBA basketball. Been a fan of it since the beginning. Actually, this time I'm right. So says the person who gave me the question. And anyone who has seen or heard my wife walk by and say, you're wrong. That is a running joke here in the household all the time. But the correct answer is indeed who I guessed. It was Sue Bird. And Rising Rhino was with us. What's up, Rhino? You got anything else? Hey, Rhino, you got any other games to do this weekend? Or today, rather? I noticed something. I don't know what YouTube is doing, but I swore I was up to 1,898 subscribers, and now I'm down to 1,896. Don't understand that. About the DJ Carrington trade, I saw something about the Wings dumping Carrington. Apparently, there was some drama, and the coach was tired of her questionable defense. Well, if you can't play defense, you can't play basketball. That's one of the fundamentals. That is one of the fundamentals. Become a part of the All Heart team. Support Snowman Multimedia on Patreon to help us expand our independent coverage of women's sports and beyond. Sign up today at patreon.com/Snowman Multimedia. This time out brought to you by BetUS.com, heading into its 32nd season of props, spreads, and more. Get the best action on BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Here's a question for you guys. Can the Fever lock up a top 4 seed before the season is out? I believe they can. They are playing their best basketball right now in this 4-game winning streak. Indiana so far has not turned the ball over. Well, let me make sure I'm right. They've turned the ball over once here in the second quarter. Natasha Howard back on the floor, 8 points. She's 4 of 4 from the field. She's got 3 assists along with it. Now they have it in play to Ogumake. Ogumake hands it to Skylar Diggins. Diggins off to the right. Plays into the right corner to Wheeler. Wheeler comes up shooting right baseline and hitting. 28-24. Indiana leads by 4. 5.5 for the half. McDonald, Howard, Dantas, Cunningham, and Hall, the 5 on the floor for the Indiana Fever, and we get a foul underneath on Nneka Ogumake. The target date for Caitlin Clark to come back is August 12th. That's the target. We'll see how that goes. Now they have it in play to Howard. On the right side, Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall works off the Dantas screen. Picks up her dribble. Out front, Howard. That pass is tipped. It'll land out of bounds. And we get another foul. That foul is on Diggins. Kelsey Mitchell back on the floor for the Fever. Out goes Lexi Hall. In play to McDonald. McDonald works off the Dantas screen. Now finds Howard. Howard on the fly. Underneath the Dantas. Yes! Dantas with 4, and the lead is back to 6. 30-24, and 5:02 left in the first half. Diggins walks it up. Diggins in the front court. Out front to Ogumake. Back to Diggins. Driving in from the left. Lean in, flip. Blocked, but a foul called. And Diggins shoots 2. With 4:55 remaining in the first half, that foul is charged to Natasha Howard. That is her first. Diggins free throw. Good. 30-25. 5-point Indiana lead. Yeah, subs go up and down throughout the week. Weekend is done for me, he says. Okay, Rhino. Second one, good. When's your next one? If you haven't had a chance, folks, to go check out Rhyming Rhino and his YouTube page, please do. Mitchell off to the right. Works off the Dantas screen out front between the circles. Finds McDonald. McDonald on the move. And from the right finds Howard. 3-pointer left wing. Nope. Long rebound trickles out of bounds, and it'll belong to Seattle. (30-26). Indiana leads with 4:34 left in the first half of play. Diggins out front to Ogumake. Hands to Diggins. Diggins off to the left. Diggins on the drive. Out front to Ogumake. Ogumake bulls her way in the lane, steps through, and lays it in. It's a 2-point lead. 30-28, 4:15 left in the first half. Out front, Kelsey Mitchell, a straight on 3. Nope. Long rebound chased down by Diggins, and here they come. Chance to tie. Diggins in the front court. Turns and hands to Wheeler. Wheeler dancing on the dribble outside left. Back to Ogumake. Another 3 from the left. Nope. Long rebound chased down by Cunningham. Indiana's held the lead for most of this quarter. Now they got to continue to build on it. Here's Mitchell on the fly. All the way. Scoop layup. Good, and a foul called. Kelsey Mitchell now has 4 and a chance for 5. As mentioned, Mitchell in her 8th year out of Ohio State. They were in the bottom of the 7th in New York. The free throw is missed by Mitchell. Long rebound, tipped and gathered in by Gabby Williams. Hot Rod Williams across the timeline into the front court, directing traffic, guarded by Sophie Cunningham. Picks up her dribble, plays it out front to Ogumake. Ogumake on the approach to the right, picks up her dribble, holds and looks, now finds Diggins. Diggins back to Ogumake, right down the lane and lays it in. Ogumake with 6, and the lead is 2, 32-30. Back comes Ari McDonald. She flies in, fakes, turnaround shot. Oh, a travel. So Seattle ball with a chance to tie, and 3:23 remaining in the first half. Diggins brings it up, finds Williams. Williams off to the left. Dump low left to Ogumake. Ogumake bowls in on Boston and shoots it up no good. Ball on the floor, taken down by Aaliyah Boston. Outlet pass, McDonald. McDonald on the fly in the front court, outside left. McDonald to the free throw line. A dump pass underneath is out of bounds. It will stay with the Fever with 2:59 left in the first half. And that'll bring us to a timeout. 2:59 remaining in the first half. It's the Fever 32 and the Seattle Storm 30 on the Indiana Sports Hub and Snowman Sportsnet. Ogumake is on my fantasy team. Who else is on your fantasy team, Rhino? Oh, Nneka Ogumake in her 14th year out of Stanford. That's incredible. All right, I got to step away for a moment. If you all will excuse me, let me take a quick breather. I'll be back. Oh, I knew it. All right, 32-30 our score. Coming up at the half, it's the Bet US at the half. We'll have stats, facts, and figures of this game, a scoreboard update, a little more trivia, and a lot more fun. That's at the half, presented by Bet US. And our third, speaking of trivia, here's our third question. I am the only one of two players to play in 5 Olympics. Who am I? Diana Taurasi. Diana Taurasi is one of my guesses. Oh, forgive me, folks. It's a little tired, but we're gonna get through this game. I'm off to a good start, play-by-play wise. Jordan Canada, DeWanna Bonner, and Tina Charles. Solid team. Diana Taurasi is one. Who is the other? 5 Olympics. 5 Olympics. Hmm. 5 Olympics. I'll take a shot. Sue Bird. I am probably wrong with that one. At least that's what Jody's going to come in here and tell me. 5 Olympics. Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird. Mitchell has it as we're back to play. Mitchell flying in from the right, lays it up high. No good. Rebound, Natasha Howard. Howard escapes the lane. Lean in flip is good. And the Fever go back up by 4. Howard with 10. All of them on the inside. Diggins trots it up. Diggins in the front court, guarded by Ari McDonald. McBagger has it off to the left. Drops a bounce pass to Ogumake. Ogumake gives it back to Diggins, and she is fouled by Ari McDonald. McDonald thought she tied her up. Biggest thing for the Indiana Fever, they're 8-5 with Caitlin Clark, and they're 8-7 without Caitlin Clark. That's huge, including 4 in a row. Here is Diggins on the drive all the way to the baseline and shoots it up and in. 34-32, Indiana by a pair, and 2:15 left in the first half. Ari McDonald at the controls, outside right. McDonald to the free throw line. Drops it to Aaliyah Boston, left of the lane. Boston spins in on Ogumake and shoots it in. Aaliyah Boston with 4, and the lead is 4. 36-32 and 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Each team will be shooting free throws from here on out. I thought I thought the answers would be Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. On the left side is Ogumake. Ogumake into the lane against Boston. Fadeaway shot. Rimming, no. Rebound. Sophie Cunningham tied up. There's no whistle yet. Now there is. And it's a jump ball. And Sophie Cunningham, forever smiling, got tied up by Tiffany Mitchell. So we have a Missouri Tiger and a South Carolina Gamecock with the jump ball. Here's the tip, and it's controlled, and we get a foul the other way. And that's free throws coming up for the Indiana Fever. 36-32, the Indiana Fever lead by 4. They've led by as many as 5. Actually, check that. This equals their biggest lead. Sophie Cunningham to the free throw line. Cunningham in her 7th year out of Missouri. Hits the first one. 5-point lead. This is the largest lead of the game for the Indiana Fever. The second attempt on the way, good. 38-32. 1:35 left in the first half as Diggins trots it up. Diggins in the front court, lobs a pass to Ogumake on the left wing. Ogumake goes backdoor to Diggins. It's tipped out of bounds by Ari McDonald. 13 on the shot clock and 1:25 remaining in the first half. Man, the Brewers are killing the Nationals. 10-1. They're in the top of the 7th in Washington. Diggins deep on the right wing. Diggins on the drive with a wraparound dribble. 6 to shoot. Diggins drives in on Mitchell, and Mitchell picks her pocket. Mitchell leaves it for McDonald. McDonald on the fly. Into the lane. Dump it to Boston. She shoots it in. And the lead is now 8, 40-32, and 1:05 left in the first half. Ezzie McBagger in the front court. McBagger on the move to the left. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell nearly lost it. Able to get it back. Mitchell on the drive. In on Cunningham. Pull-up jumper out front. Rimming, no. Rebound, Natasha Howard. 48 seconds left for the half. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. McDonald in the front court. Backs up on the dribble between the rings. Dumps it to Boston right of the key. Aaliyah Boston holds and looks. Starts the dribble. Hands it to Mitchell. Mitchell out front. Guarded by McBagger. 11 on the shot clock. 35 on the big one. Over the top pass into Howard. Goes up. Scores. They'll see the ball again on 24-second count. And the Fever now lead by 10. 42-32. Indiana will get the ball back on 24-second count. They're on an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes. Off to the right is Ogumake. Finds Williams. On the left side, McBagger. McBagger holds and looks against Aaliyah Boston. 10 to shoot. Out front, Williams. Williams, stutter step dribble to the left. Now turns in on Mitchell. Fadeaway shot left of the lane. Good. Great shot by Gabby Williams. 9 seconds left. They can hold for 1. 7, 6, now 5. McDonald trying to split the double team. 3, 2, a long 3. In and out, and that's the half. So the Indiana Fever, on the strength of a 10-2 run, lead by 8 at the end of the first half. I'm going to step away for a short break. Your score at the end of the half, 42-34. The Fever looking for 5 wins in a row, lead by 8 here at halftime. Take a short breather, and when we come back, we'll have the Bet US at the half after this. All right, 42-34 is our score here at the half. The Indiana Fever have the lead, and they're looking for 5 in a row. Let's go over your scoring leaders as we have our BetUS at the half, presented by BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Natasha Howard leads with a dozen. Sophie Cunningham has 10. 6 points for Leah Boston, 4 apiece for Kelsey Mitchell and Ari McDonald off the bench. Damaris Dantas has 6, and that's your bench scoring for Indiana. For the Seattle Storm, they are led by Nneka Ogumake and Skylar Diggins, each with 7. Gabby Hot Rod Williams is next with 6, and 4 apiece for Ezzie McBeggar and Erica Wheeler. 4 points also for Dominique Malonga off the bench, and Tiffany Mitchell chipped in with a pair. That's your scoring output. To look at the shooting percentages, Indiana 18 of 34, 52.9% from the field. They're 2 of 11 from distance, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. They have 18 total rebounds, 4 on the offensive end. They have 16 assists, 4 steals, a block shot, 8 turnovers, and that's one thing they have to cut down on. For the Seattle Storm, they were 13 of 31 from the field for 41.9% from the field, 1 of 7 from distance, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, 11 boards, 1 on the offensive end. They do not have a block shot. They have 5 turnovers, 5 steals, and that's our box score. That's our BetUS.com box score. 42-34 is our score here at the half, with the Indiana Fever leading the Seattle Storm. Another break, and when we come back, more trivia, I hope, after this. Oh. here's a question for all of my video game buffs out there. And I know this is basketball, but what is the best sports video game that you have played? Victor Locke is in with us. Daniel Berry checks in, says happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you, my friend. Where is it? Doing absolute damage today. That they are, but they got to make their open shots, and they have to run away from the storm. They will not go away, as evidenced by their game on Friday against Los Angeles, which went 2 overtimes. Hopefully there's not inappropriate. Oh my gosh, I got musings on that. I have musings too, but they'll have to wait until next week. Maybe, maybe not. I might have something up my sleeve for that. Also, folks, don't forget Snowman in the Morning goes 3 hours starting tomorrow at our new time, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. Don't miss Snowman, Dog, and the Cutie Queen. Also, Vicala, occasional appearances from my beautiful wife, Jody, and the entire crew. That's starting tomorrow. We go 3 hours from 10 to 1 Eastern, 9 to noon Central on Snowman in the Morning. Storm blowing through, may lose internet. Uh-oh. You never mind losing it. You just be safe, Callie. Okay? All right, I said I'd drop a question. Here's a video game question. What's the best sports video game you've ever played? What is the best sports video game you've ever played? What would be mine? RBI baseball. I didn't play that many sports video games growing up, and I don't do it now. But I was addicted to RBI baseball. And then there was a baseball game I would play on an old PC back in high school that had the 86 Mets there. They had, who else they had? The 86 Red Sox, 83 White Sox, some of the best rosters up until that time. And I forgot the name of the game. And it was on this big 5.25 inch floppy disk. And it was called floppy for a reason, because it was floppier and you know what. If you step on it, you lose everything. I can't tell you how many of those discs I have lost because I happen to wear a size 15 and I'm very clumsy. So I've lost quite a few of those. Then they made them smaller and they made them 3.5. They made the disc 3.5 inch size. And I thought, okay, I'll be able to put more video games on there. Well, guess what? As I said, I'm very clumsy and I stepped on one again and I lost data that way. But what's the best video game you've ever played? What's up, RC? RC had some good stuff on his thoughts on the Las Vegas Aces. 8 years in Aces. I would never forget. 8 years an Aces fan, and I'm reduced to this. I think that's what he said. I got to get RC on a broadcast with me. I have to get RC on a broadcast with me. Why were the Washington Mystics up 10-0 at one point, and now they trail by 1 at the half? How did that happen? Well, I'm glad I fixed the problem that I had earlier, because if you all look at the top of the screen and you see the storm in green, I could never figure out why until right before I came on the air as to why all that was green and nothing was acting right. Well, it is now. New York defeats Connecticut 87-78. Phoenix and Chicago go later at 5 Central, 6 Eastern. So does Golden State and Las Vegas. And I want to say that Las Vegas is close to losing the playoff spot. We will see. We're close to the start of the third quarter. I'm going to run and get some more water, and we'll have the third quarter for you when y'all get back. And I'm going to take a suggestion that not only Callie gave me, but my wife gave me. I'm going to have a pre-recorded interview to run here at the half, because if there's one thing I do not like, it's dead air. And I'm sorry I've been giving y'all a lot of it lately. All right, third quarter after this. All right, we're getting ready to head to the third quarter as the Indiana Fever lead. And I'm seeing some of the shenanigans that Ari McDonald does. She walked up with Erica Wheeler, gave her a hug, and then untucked her jersey. All right, we're getting ready to start the third quarter. Howard, Boston, Mitchell, Cunningham, and McDonald starters on the floor for the Indiana Fever, opposed by Ogumake, Hot Rod Williams, McBeggar, Diggins, and Marshall. The five on the floor for the Seattle Storm. We'll wait for a confirmation on that. Chloe Bibby has been a great addition to the Indiana Fever since her arrival, and now they have signed her for the remainder of the season and hopefully beyond. Indiana 15 of 20 in the paint, 3 of 14 from everywhere else. And they're going to have to hit some shots from distance if they're going to distance themselves from the Seattle Storm. Here we go. Ready for the third quarter. Ogumake, Williams, McBeggar, Diggins, and Erica Wheeler, the five on the floor for the Seattle Storm. As we start the third quarter, they hand it off to Mitchell. A bullet pass is going to head out of bounds, and it'll belong to Seattle, not the way you wanted to start the third quarter. And now here's one thing I don't like. They're doing interviews with coaches while the game is going on, as they're talking to Noel Quinn. No. Leave them alone. Let them do what they need to do. Save all the interviews for after the quarter or at the half or whatever. Here comes Ogumake into the lane, 5-footer, good, 6-point lead. 42-36, 9:25 left in the third. Indiana's biggest lead has been 10. It's 6 right now. Howard off to the left, back to Mitchell. Mitchell on the left wing finds Cunningham in the left corner, 3, splash! 45-36. It's a 9-point. It's a 9-point lead. Ogumake off to the left with a backdoor to Mitchell. Lost the ball out of bounds. It belongs to Indiana. The Universe Galaxy. Kay, can I join your panel? Explain why Michael Jordan fans are the worst fans of all time. I don't trust you. Victor, do your job, please. Yeah, I'm making the call. Boston off to the left. Boston on the move all the way down the lane, lays it up, blocked by Ogumake and cleared by Williams. Hot Rod Williams in the front court. Williams on the drive, right of the lane, turns, pitches out left corner, a three by Ogumake. Nope. Long rebound chased down by McBagger. McBagger has it left of the lane, picks up her dribble, comes back outside to Williams, 10 on the clock. Gabby Williams with a stutter step dribble against Sophie Cunningham. Williams out front between the circles on the drive, left of the lane jumper. Good. 7-point lead. 45-38. Well, what fan are you? Let's talk about it. Here's a layup by McDonald. Good, and a foul called. Okay, before I jump the gun, which I did, before I jump the gun, who's your favorite player? I'll ask the Universe Galaxy I'll ask, who is your favorite player? As a matter of fact, before we do the panel, free throw good for McDonald, I'll invite you on. I changed my mind. I'll invite you on. 7 points for McDonald. It's a 10-point lead, 48-38, 8:05 left in the third. McBagger has it off to the left. This equals the largest lead for the Indiana Fever. McBagger picks up her dribble, now finds Skylar Diggins. Diggins on the move, left in the lane, all the way to the hoop, and lays it up high, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. It stays with Seattle. Okay, Victor, get rid of him. Now I'm tired. Because you're making no sense. Underneath, it's a 24-second violation. Okay. And are we going to have a discussion underneath? Yes, we are. Admit I'm wrong about what? Matter of fact, I'm not even going to engage in this. If any of my mods are in this guy called, what's his ID? The Universe Galaxy. Any of my mods in the house, get them out of here. Now I don't care what you say, Universe Galaxy. Now it's over the heck with your opinion. 48-38. Ball stays with Seattle. After a discussion, it was actually a jump ball. Noelle Quinn, the head coach, they dump it underneath the Wheeler. She shoots it in. 48-40, 7:40 for the third. They run ahead to Howard, now to Mitchell. Backdoor to Howard, flying in, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Skylar Diggins. Back come the Seattle Storm on the push. Diggins finds Wheeler on the left wing. They throw it away as they were looking for Gabby Williams in the left corner. No, it's not pride. And I'm not admitting to anything. I asked you a question, you never answered it. So, the heck with you. 48-40 our score, 7:20 for the third. On the left wing, Mitchell, a three ball on the way. No. Rebound taken down. And a loose ball foul against Natasha Howard. And I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong about anything. You never told me what I'm wrong about. I'm not even going to mess with it. Skylar Diggins off to the left. Off to the right, I beg your pardon. Diggins works off the screen from Ogumake. Now finds Wheeler. Wheeler dancing on the dribble out front, right to shoot. Wheeler on the drive into the lane. 15-footer, banked it around and out. Rebound taken down by Ari McDonald. McDonald avoids Wheeler. Flies into the front court. McDonald on the fly. Lays it up, no good. Rebound. 6:40 for the third. Now they have it. Hot Rod Williams. Hot Rod Williams in the left corner. Williams on the drive into the lane. Hook pass underneath to McBagger. Goes up and scores. 6-point game. Now. I did nothing wrong. We have a timeout on the floor. 48-42. Indiana leads by 6. Good God. When people, I will speak on this no further. Matter of fact, let me take a time out and deal. Let me take a time out and deal with this. See you later. And that is that. If I were smart, I'd be nice to you, considering the fact you weren't nice to me. No thanks. I don't. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. Unprofessional to argue with this person during the game. You're absolutely right, Don. My mistake. I let my emotions get the best of me. My mistake. And that's not the first time I allow that to happen. I apologize, folks. You're right, Don. I am. Stupid move on my part. Stupid. And I allowed it to happen. I stupidly allowed it to happen. But it's not going to stop the broadcast. Learned my lesson, did an unprofessional thing. We're moving forward from it. And thank you, Don. But the only point I will say, if you'd had seen the entire argument before I blocked him, you'll understand. But at the same time, Don does bring up a point. This is a profession, and I messed it up. I messed it up by letting someone get to me that I shouldn't allow to get to me. I messed it up. A timeout was called by the Indiana Fever, and I apologize to everybody that was tuning in. 48-42, 6-point lead. Cunningham off to the right. Cunningham now finds Aaliyah Boston. Boston on the right wing. Backdoor Natasha Howard flying in. Lays it in and draws the foul. Natasha Howard at the free throw line to try to extend this lead. It's on the way, and it's good. The lead is 9, 51-42. 6:10 for the third. Out front is Ogumake. Ogumake holds and looks. Picks up her dribble. Now finds Diggins out front. Diggins on the drive left of the lane all the way. Whips a pass back outside to Tiffany Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. Now finds McBeggar into the lane. Lays it up, no good. And Mitchell the rebound. Back come the Fever left to right. Up 9. Mitchell on the fly in the front court. Stops left of the lane. Out front, Aaliyah Boston. Boston finds Sophie Cunningham on the right wing. Ari McDonald. Dump low right to Aaliyah Boston. Boston holds and looks, works away in the lane, comes back outside. It's tipped out of bounds, stays with Indiana with 5:34 left in the third. Sunday Night Baseball, JJ has the call on his channel with the Tigers and the Phillies. Here's McDonald with a straight on three. Rimming, no. Rebound taken down by McBeggar. McBeggar in the front court now finds Gabby Hot Rod Williams. Williams on to Ogumake on the left wing. On the left side is McBeggar. McBeggar holds and looks with 13 to shoot, finds Hot Rod Williams. Backdoor pass intended for McBeggar. Stolen by Mitchell, and Mitchell got popped. Foul called. All right, next trivia question. I am an undrafted player. I tried out for 2 other teams before being signed by the Fever. I played, where'd it go? I played in All-Star game and won MVP in that game. Who am I? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Mitchell will have to come out after landing on her head, and now they're going to go to the table for a review because I think they're looking for a flagrant foul. Taylor Sappy provides the first guess. It's Erica Wheeler. Would that be correct? Angels trail the White Sox 4-0. They're in the bottom of the first inning. Hold on a second, folks. There we go. All right. Think we got everything situated now. Players are coming back on the floor. And it was Erica Wheeler. It was indeed Erica Wheeler. So Taylor, is it Soppy or Soapy? Taylor, how do I pronounce your last name? I want to be sure I get it right. Kelsey Mitchell will head to the free throw line. (51-42). The free throw is good. It's a 10-point lead, 52-42. And now Mitchell will depart and get a breather. She's got 5 points today, 0 of 5 from three-point land. Now she's getting a little instruction, and the Fever have it in play to McDonald. Back left Cunningham, 4-3, splash! And the Fever have their biggest lead at 13, 55-42, with an even 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and the Fever are starting to pick up the pace on the Indiana Sports Hub. Sophie Cunningham with 16 points this afternoon, 4 of 4 from distance. Oh, dear. Is that a dagger? Don't know. Don't know yet, BGS. But she is smoking hot today. 4 of 4 from distance, 16 points on the afternoon. Two of those 4 3-point field goals of the pull-up variety. Five minutes left in the third. A win here will make Indiana 17-12 on the year and solidify for the time being their the fifth spot in the playoff chase. And thank you, Callie, indeed. Matter of fact, let me do something here. Okay. Oh, okay. This is what I need to do right there. Okay. Seattle ball down 13. Sue Bird is indeed in the house this afternoon. They have it to Gabby Williams. Williams on the drive, bumps off Lexi Hall, and a foul called on Lexi Hall. And Gabby Williams shoots 2. Williams in her 7th year out of UConn and hits the first free throw. 55-43. Statue of Lenny Wilkins. I want to visit Seattle one day. And I want to see a Supersonics game in Seattle. Second free throw, good. 11-point lead, 55-44, and 4:45 left in the third. Erin McDonald on the dribble to the right. Kills it. Now has it out front to Lexi Hull. Low left to Boston. Boston holds and looks. Now finds McDonald. McDonald with a scissor dribble off to the left. 7 to shoot. McDonald trapped. Finds Lexi Hull in the middle. Howard, 15-footer. Got it. Big shot by Natasha Howard. She's got 14, and the lead is 13 with 4:20 remaining in the third. Here's Diggins. Out front, it comes to Malonga. Hands to Hot Rod Williams. Williams with a scissor dribble. Backs up. Now had the ball go off her foot. Ball is free. Out of bounds. Which way? Stays with Seattle. Yes, let's please be respectful, and that includes me. That includes me. I let a situation get to me, and I apologize to you guys for it. Back to the game we go. 10 on the shot clock. Here is Diggins in the front court. Finds McBeggar. Back to Diggins. Diggins on the drive against a double team. Out from Malonga. Straight on 3. Rebound, Erin McDonald. 3:55 left in the third. McDonald in the front court. Splits the double team. A Cunningham 3. No, not that time. She's human. Rebound tipped high in the air. Comes down to McBeggar. Ahead to Williams. Seattle right to left. They run ahead to Malonga. Malonga dropped the ball. Now plays it to Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive into the lane with a scoop layup. It's good. 57-46 and 3:30 for the third. Here's Cunningham. Plays it to Hall in the left corner. Dantas has it on the left wing. Holds and looks against Malonga. Now pitches it back right side to Cunningham. Cunningham back to Dantas. And a foul called before Dantas can make her move. 57-46. Seattle leads by, Indiana leads by 11. The invite for folks to come on and discuss things with me during halftime still stands. It still stands. What I will say, though, is that you all please be respectful, do not swear, and just have fun with it. The invite still stands. Here's Dantas with a fake. Dantas on the drive down the lane with a scoop. Banked it no good. Rebound Howard. 4 to shoot. 3 to shoot. A 3 by Hall. Short. Rebound Howard. Had it. Lost it. Off of Seattle's leg. Goes out of bounds. And it belongs to Seattle? How? Well, Natasha trotting the other way, and now Williams trots it up. 3 minutes for the third. 11-point Fever lead. Williams in the front court, ways off the screen, back to Malonga. Malonga on the drive, right down the lane and lays it in. It's a 9-point lead. And Stephanie White wants time. 2:51 remaining in the third. It's the Fever 57 and the Seattle Storm 48 on the Indiana Sports Hub. I will say this. The invite still stands. Matter of fact, I want to invoke it into my morning show. What I will ask, and I will continue to beg of this from you guys. First and foremost, please be respectful. Please be respectful. I will not repeat the comments that were said earlier. They did not contain any cuss words, but at the same time, they should not have been allowed. Second of all, if y'all want to come up during the post game, I will happily drop the link and have you guys come up and talk about what you want to talk about. Matter of fact, I love the interaction. Absolutely love the interaction. But we had a situation here. I apologize for my unprofessionalism. We're moving on from it. We got a game to win. The Fever have a game to win, and they're up 9 with 2:51 left in the third. They were up by as many as 13. So again, thanks to all the folks that are still here, that have stuck around, that have stayed with us, and continue to stay with us. 57-48, the Indiana Fever lead by 9. Indiana and Seattle, each with 16 wins on the year with 12 losses. Difference, why is Indiana in the 5 spot? They own an 8-point win over Seattle from a month ago. And they're closing in, the Fever are, on that 4th spot, and they own a win over Phoenix. So it's very possible, and I'll ask this again. Don says all good. When the negativity shows up, just push that button and move on. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Don, for sticking around. I appreciate you. 2:45 for the third. Colson in the front court, standing and dribble outside left. Now moves back to the right against Tiffany Mitchell. 13 to shoot. Dantas has it back now to Colson. 10 on the clock. Colson holds and looks. Plays it to Sophie Cunningham between the rings. Dantas has it right of the key. 5 on the clock. They better look. 3 to shoot. Backdoor to Colson. Lost the ball. Malonga the steal as the shot clock went dead. Williams trots it up. Another turnover against the Fever. Gabby Williams, stutter step move. Backs in on Colson. Fadeaway shot right of the lane. Rimming, no. Rebound, Sophie Cunningham. And a loose ball foul against Seattle. Arrived I have, says Max Clamage. And Don, thank you for the reminder, my friend. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that, and I really appreciate you guys. Tuesday, we go to Los Angeles. That's a 10 o'clock start. Thursday, we go to Phoenix. That's a 10 o'clock start. We'll have it all for you. And then Saturday, Saturday, am I reading this right? Yes, it's the Fever and the Chicago Sky from Indianapolis. We'll have it all for you this week. Free throw no good for Sophie Cunningham. Now the best she can do is bring this lead up to 10. Sophie Cunningham, 16 points on the afternoon. 2:15 left in the third, 57-48. Cunningham only averaging 7 points per game, has 16, now 17 with that free throw. And the lead is 10, 58-48, 2:12 for the third. Season high 17 for Sophie Cunningham this afternoon. Skylar Diggins off to the right, plays it out front to Malonga. Malonga on the move to the right, hands it off to Williams. Hot Rod Williams on the drive, stops left of the lane, throws the shot up, no good, and a travel. And Seattle turns it over. Here's a quick trade recap. Minnesota gets DJ Carrington. Dallas gets Diamond Miller, Carly Samuelson, and a 2027 second-round pick. That's the trade details. Here's Colson on the move to the right. 10-point Indiana lead. They led by as many as 13. Dantas back to the left, now to Colson. Colson standing dribble out front. Throws it out of bounds. She was looking for Dantas underneath. Another turnover against the Fever. 1:45 left in the third. And now Diggins comes back the other way. But it seems like today, every time Indiana's committed a turnover, for the most part, they've also come up with a stop defensively. Let's see if they do it here. Here's Diggins. Out front against Colson. Finds Williams. Back to Diggins. 12 to shoot. Diggins holds and looks. Now to Williams. A left baseline jump. Got it. 58-50. 1:20 left in the third. Colson in the front court. Works off the Boston screen. Back to Boston. At the free throw line. Aaliyah Boston turns on Malonga. Trying to get her out of the way. Does. Had it blocked and cleared by Williams. Williams hustles it up. Chance to make it a 6-point game for the Storm with 60 seconds left in the third. Diggins off to the left. Needed defensive stop for the Fever. Defensive stop needed right here. 11 to shoot. Diggins out front to Ogumake. She shoots it in. It's a 6-point lead. 8-1 run in the last 3.5 minutes for the Seattle Storm, and they're back to within 6. Here's Colson. Lost the ball off her foot. Runs ahead to Diggins. Diggins flying in. Right hand layup good. It's a 4-point game. 58-54. 35 seconds left, and they'll get another shot at the 20. They'll see the ball again on 24-second count. This is a 10-1 run for Seattle. This is their biggest run of the day. Cunningham off to the left, 10 on the clock. Back to the right side for Lexi Hall. Lexi Hall fakes, looking for help. Another steal. Nope, Colson with a floater. Rimming, no. Ball on the floor. Mitchell trying to save and does to Ogumake. 10 seconds. They get the last shot of the period. Hot Rod Williams hustles it up. Williams in the front court, outside left. Williams stutter step dribble, and a foul called on Lexi Hall. Who did they call the foul on? They called the foul on whom? Did they whistle the foul on Aaliyah Boston? They whistled the foul on Aaliyah Boston. No, they called it on Sydney Colson. I beg your pardon. 2.7 left in the third. They look to come in. Diggins in play to Ogumake. Foul line jump. Nope. End of the quarter. They got outscored 20-16. Did the Indiana Fever, but they stay with a 4-point lead, and the Seattle Storm are charging hard. They finished the quarter with a 10-1 run. Hey, what's up, Playmaker? Good to have you in this afternoon. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something very few YouTubers do. I'm going to drop the link after the game, and we'll have a quick 15-minute post-game chat. Playmaker, I'm doing good. Had a situation in here earlier, but we handled it. And I had to remember my professionalism. All right, we await the fourth quarter. And I was trying to think of a trivia question. I can't think of any. Dagnabbit. Oh, I thought I had something. Hang tight a minute. Going through my notes here. How about a scoreboard update? Why don't we do that? How about a scoreboard update? All right, scoreboard update in the WNBA looks this way. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong board. Oops. Because I want you all to see the scores also. As we await the fourth quarter, Kansas City leads Toronto 7-4. They're in the bottom of the 10th inning. Milwaukee is creaming Washington. There was a post on the brand page. If you of any of your listeners will give their opinions on the SEC, might have to do that. Matter of fact, let me go to it right now. We'll do a scoreboard up. Let's do first of all, a scoreboard update. The Dream over the Mystics 74-60. They're in the fourth quarter. Liberty beat the Sun 87-78. Mercury in the Sky and the Valkyries and the Aces go later. And you know about this one, 58-54, the Indiana Fever lead as we head to the fourth quarter. All right, next up on Bearing Down on the Gridiron, if y'all haven't had a chance to check out that show, please do. Who will win the Southeastern Conference and how many SEC teams will make the college football playoff? Who will win the Southeastern Conference? How many teams will make the CFP? Texas and 8. Here we go. Fourth quarter begins with Gabby Williams in the front court for the Seattle Storm. Out front, Diggins. Diggins turns and looks. Now dumps it underneath to Ogumake. Fadeaway shot in the lane. Short. Rebound tipped high in the air. Taken down by Aaliyah Boston. Hands to Ari McDonald. No field goals in the last 4.5 minutes for the Indiana Fever. Let's put an end to that. McDonald has it off to the left. Guarded by Tiffany Mitchell. On the right side, Lexi Hall. Low right, Boston. Boston hands to McDonald. McDonald on the fly, all the way to the baseline. Underneath to Natasha Howard with a right-handed hook, running good. That ends the field goal drought. And it's 60-54. The Fever lead by 6. I got the wrong board up there. I got to get the correct board up there. We'll do that right now as we dump it underneath to Malonga. She shoots it in. Back to a 4-point game. There we go. 60-56 our score. Underneath Natasha Howard, she shoots it in. Natasha Howard has 16, and the lead is 6. 8:50 remaining in the money period. Williams with a lob pass to Ogumake. Low left Malonga. Malonga holds and looks. Didn't start a dribble. Ball loose. McDonald the steal. McDonald on the fly. Hot Rod Williams lays it up and in. Ari McDonald with 10, and the lead is 8. 64-56, and a timeout called by Seattle. 8:32 for the ball game. It's the Fever 64 and the Seattle Storm 56 on the Indiana Sports Hub. That's 9 points for McDonald. I beg your pardon. Natasha Howard leads all with 21. 21 points for Natasha Howard. Sophie Cunningham is next with 17 points. Those are your scoring leaders. How about another set of updates? This time we'll cover Major League Baseball. I do know one score, and that came early in the day as the Boston Red Sox swept the Houston Astros for the first time. Oops, wrong one. For the first time since 2013. No, let me quit. I do stick with Texas winning the SEC, but I will say 6 teams make the CFP. Liberty snapped a 4-game losing streak in Connecticut. That they did. Another trivia question. I played in the Big Ten, was Big Ten Player of the Year 2 times, Big Ten Co-Player of the Year, and drafted number 2, 3-time WNBA All-Star. Who am I? I don't think I'll get this one. One thing I love about Callie's trivia questions, they are mind benders, man. Tell me about the Blue Jays. All right. How about I just put the score up for you, Callie? Blue Jays. Where are the Blue Jays? Does that answer your question? 7-4 Royals. That's a final in 10 at the Sky Dome. And yes, I still say Sky Dome. I do not say Rogers Center, although it is official, although at times I do have to say it to protect the brand. But I say Sky Dome. So when is the next stream for us all? I'll let you all choose. Actually, no. There's no WNBA games on Monday. So I think Monday is going to be a baseball stream. Matter of fact, I'll call it right now. It'll be Marlins and Astros from Miami beginning tomorrow. Then a doubleheader Tuesday with that game leading off, and then the Fever and the Sparks at 10. Wednesday finishes the series in Miami, and then Thursday the Fever go to Phoenix. We'll figure out a stream for Friday, and then Saturday. Matter of fact, I think Friday is going to be a night off. And then Saturday we go to Indianapolis for the Fever and the Chicago Sky. Yanks versus Rangers this week. Why would I want to cover that? Having a 12-page paper due during a 4-game road trip is wild, says Ari McDonald. It's an 8-point lead, 64-56. Ogumake throws it out of bounds off the hands of Skylar Diggins. Yeah, Yanks and Rangers, that's a wild card series. That's going to wind up being a wild card series. 8-point lead as McDonald brings it up. McDonald in the front court. Out front to Boston. Boston on the move to the right. Picks up her dribble, finds Hall for 3. No. And the rebound underneath. It is saved in play to Boston. She attacks and lays it in. Aaliyah Boston extends the lead to 10. Wheeler back the other way with 7:55 left. Wheeler in the front court against Kelsey Mitchell, has it in the left corner. Mitchell poked it away. Wheeler gets it back. Wheeler trying to get Mitchell out of the way. Can't. Ball underneath. It's taken by Ogumake into the lane. Shoots it up. A brick. Rebound on the floor. Boston trying to save. Does to Wheeler. Underneath to Ogumake. She shoots it in. 8-point game. Fever and Storm score, I believe, is back up. I believe I do have it back up. 66-58, 7:25 for the ball game. Harry McDonald out front. McDonald on the move to the right, met by Tiffany Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell now finds Aaliyah Boston. Boston hands it to McDonald. McDonald on the fly, dump pass underneath the Boston. Lays it in as the shot clock went dead. 68-58, 7:05 left in the ball game. In the front court is Wheeler. Now finds Ogumake. Ogumake off to the left. Now finds Mitchell. Mitchell bumped by Lexi Hull and a foul on Lexi Hull. For Lexi Hull, that's her second foul. Malanga will come in for Ogumake, and Gabby Williams returns for Tiffany Mitchell. So your Seattle lineup goes Williams. It goes Williams, McBeggar, who's back in, Diggins, Wheeler, and Malanga. So they got their twin towers on the floor. Diggins has it out front, picks up her dribble, now plays it back to the left side, to the right side for Wheeler. Wheeler dancing on the dribble, picks up her dribble, double teamed, deep on the right wing, throws it to McBeggar, turns, shot clock violation. Braves won today at Bristol Racetrack, and what are your thoughts about that game? How about a pennant matchup? I think they should still do the game every year at Bristol, but you need to make it a pennant race matchup. 6:34 for the game. Here's Boston. Free throw line jumper. Nope. Line drive rebound. Williams tied up underneath and loose ball foul against Howard. It is against Howard. That'll be her fourth. One thing Indiana has not done, they have not gotten into foul trouble. 6:25 for the ball game. Howard sitting on 21 points. Malanga has it out front. Hands to Diggins. Diggins on the drive, left baseline all the way, lean in, flip, no good. Foul on Ari McDonald, and Diggins shoots a pair. That's what they should do with the Bristol game. With the Speedway game, they should make it a pennant race game. They should make it a division/pennant race game. Lynx and Liberty next Sunday at 12:30. Might have to peek in on that one. We'll see. Diggins' free throw, rimming good. 68-59. Final from Washington. The Brewers crown the Nationals 14-3. Diggins gets ready, shoots the second one. In and out, and the rebound, Lexi Hull. 9-point lead, 6:15 for the ball game. Ari McDonald across into the front court, plays it right side to Mitchell. Mitchell, a three ball out front. Nope. And the long rebound chased down by Diggins, and she comes out with it. They got numbers if they hurry. Diggins on the fly, in on Ari McDonald, and Chloe Bibby the steal. A flip ahead to Mitchell. She gathers it in and shoots it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Gabby Williams. Under 6 minutes to play. Williams in the front court. A bullet pass underneath to McBeggar. She shoots it in. 7-point lead. Yes, Callie, I still call it the Sky Dome in Toronto. I cannot call it Rogers Center. Here's Chloe Bibby on the move to the left. Ball is free. And a foul on Kelsey Mitchell. And now a chance for Seattle to make it a 5-point game. Bibby tried to hand it off to Mitchell. It looked like Mitchell got fouled on that play. And now she's called for the foul against Diggins. 68-61 Indiana. Williams on the move to the right. Out front, Ogumake in the lane. Lean in, flip. Nope. Rebound to Leah Boston. Hands to Kelsey Mitchell. Got to score this trip if you're Indiana to keep them in front. Here's McDonald. McDonald to the right side, Mitchell. Mitchell flying in. Underneath Boston. Goes up. Scores and a foul called. 70-61. A free throw to come for Aaliyah Boston in her third year out of South Carolina. Aaliyah Boston has 11, looking for 12. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to, as the free throw is good for Boston, I'm going to do something that play-by-play with JJ does. I'm going to establish a hotline. I'm going to establish a hotline and have you all call into the hotline. Here's Ogumake on the fly. Lost the ball. Mitchell a steal. Here they come the other way. Mitchell in the front court. Gathers it in. Underneath Aaliyah Boston, she shoots it in. And the lead is 12. 73-61. Seattle calls time. 4:42 remaining in the ball game. It's the Fever 73 and the Storm 61 on the Indiana Sports Hub. Great no-look pass from Kelsey Mitchell. Callie Greenshield says, amen, Sky Dome. Yes, Sky Dome. Sky Dome. I can't call it Rogers Center, even though that's the official name. I can't do it. I'm old and I'm old school, and it's always been the Sky Dome for me. Same studio link, Victor. Matter of fact, let me drop it in here right now so I won't forget. And we'll do a fan chat post-game show. All right. The link is right there. Whenever you want to come up, and the link is right there. After the ball game, we will have a fan chat while I go over the stats. You are allowed to come up and tell me your opinion about the Indiana Fever's game today. Now, my requests are as follows. Be respectful, be nice, and do not swear. That is something I'm working on for the morning show desperately. All right? And stay on topic if you would, please. Miami beat the Yankees 7-3. It was Minnesota over Cleveland 5-4 in Major League Baseball. Kansas City beats Toronto 7-4 and 10 at the Sky Dome. Milwaukee crushed Washington 14-3 in the nation's capital. It was the Red Sox over Houston 6-1 in Boston. Liberty ran away from Connecticut 87-78. Phoenix and Chicago goes later. So does Vegas and Golden State. Here's a question for you guys. Will Golden State get in the playoffs this year as a rookie franchise? I played in the Big Ten, was Big Ten Player of the Year 2 times, Big Ten Co-Player of the Year, drafted number 2, and a 3-time WNBA All-Star. I have no guess as to who that is. I have no guesses. Anybody has a guess for that trivia, for that mind bender? Callie's crushing brain benders. That's what we call the trivia from now on, because she comes up with some great questions. Some really great questions. Natasha Howard today, 21 points, 10 of 12 from the field. She has 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Who's our player of the game? We'll put the poll up between Sophie Cunningham and Natasha Howard. Ionescu dropped 36 today as the Liberties stopped their 4-game losing streak. Erica Wheeler trots it up. Wheeler in the front court, works her way to the right. Out front, it comes to, they get up and underneath to Malonga. She shoots it in. 73-63 and 4:25 left in the game. On the move to the right is Ari McDonald. Max Clamage guesses Stephanie White. And you know what? He might be right. They go over the top into Boston, low left. Boston picks up her dribble, 5 on the clock, finds Bibby, 20-footer. No. Rebound tip comes down to Ogumake. Ogumake hustles it up. Ogumake bumps off Bibby and shoots it in. And just like that, it's an 8-point game, 73-65, and a timeout called. Timeout is called by Indiana with 3:59 left, and you don't want to allow this team any momentum. You don't want to allow this team any momentum coming back into the ball game. Victor Locke has joined us from Chicago. What's up, sir?
Not much. How you doing?
Hanging in there.
Good, good.
And thanks for handling the storm. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I just wanted to say this, and I'm just gonna let this. I'm gonna end it here. We're okay with everyone having their opinion. We're okay with everyone voicing their opinion. But once the issue has been addressed, drop it.
Yep.
We're not gonna sit here and take away from what the Fever or what any WNBA team is doing because everyone is having a tizzy about getting their opinions out there. Let's address it. Let's move on.
Yep, and that's what we did today with the help of you guys, and I appreciate it. Speaking of moving on, it looks like Indiana for the next 3:59, if they hold on, will win 5 in a row. It's taken them a long time to find their rhythm, but it looks like they're finding their rhythm. And I say looks like because there's still 4 minutes remaining in this game, and you don't want to lose any kind of momentum you've built up through the ball game. Cubs lead the Orioles 3-2. They are going to the 9th inning. Indiana's won 7 of their last 9, including 4 in a row. You need a bucket here. 8-point lead. Howard out front. On the right side is Mitchell. Out front of Leah Boston between the circles. Boston on the move to the right now hands it to McDonald, chased by Wheeler. Mitchell, 3 from the right. Short. Rebound taken down by Wheeler. Chance to make it a 6-point game, and here they come. They run ahead to Malonga. Great play by Natasha Howard, tipping it out of bounds. 3:38 left, 73-65. The Indiana Fever have the lead. Kelsey Mitchell is 1 for 13 from the field. Baseline left, they look to come in. They come into Diggins. Diggins double teamed. Out to Malonga. Turns to Wheeler. She'll warm up a 3, and she bangs it home. It's a 5-point lead. Indiana only 1 timeout left with 3:27 remaining. Now you got to have a bucket. Howard across into the front court. Hands to Kelsey Mitchell. Over the top pass into Boston. Boston goes all the way, lays it up, missed it. Wheeler the rebound. Back they come. Wheeler on the push. Wheeler on the fly. Into the lane. Comes back out left of the lane. Out to Malonga. Malonga against Boston. Now to Wheeler. Wheeler on the left wing. On the move to the right. Standing dribble. Backs up. 10 to shoot. On the right side, Williams. Back to Wheeler. And we get a whistle underneath. We get a whistle and a foul called on Aaliyah Boston. With 3 minutes left. No, they call that on Cunningham. And Neko Ogumake will shoot a pair. Seven in a row for the Seattle Storm. Free throw here. Good by Ogumake. 73-69. 3 minutes remaining. This is the second time they've allowed a big run. The other one came at the end of the third quarter, and they've let them back in this ball game. It's a 4-point lead, and it stays that way as she missed the second free throw, and Sophie Cunningham pulls down the rebound. McDonald in the front court, turns on the dribble against Eric Wheeler. 8-0 run by Seattle in the last 2 minutes. Here comes Mitchell on the fly. A wraparound pass intended for Aaliyah Boston out of bounds, stays with Indiana. You don't want to have it. You don't want to make a pass like that, especially with the shot clock running down. So baseline right, McDonald will pull the trigger. And you can't challenge, Seattle can't, because they only have 1 timeout. They haven't played to Cunningham. 9 on the clock. And it's going to be an over and back violation. It's off the knee of McDonald. It's an over and back. And Seattle has the ball with 2:38 left. Got to execute down the stretch. Callie says, you're going to kick yourself when I tell you the answer.
Uh-oh.
Go for it.
It means it's an easy one.
Which definitely means it's an easy one. Here's Wheeler with a 15-footer. No, rebound, McDonald. Kelsey Mitchell. Ohio State. Duh. Didn't even think about it. And a steal by Diggins. Diggins on the fly all the way in on Howard. Lays it up. No. Follow no good. Rebound Diggins. Follow good and a foul called. It's a 2-point game. Told you there's too much time left. Lead down to a pair. This is the closest Seattle has come in a long time since the tail end of the third quarter. Now a chance to make it a 1-point game. 73-71 with a free throw to come for the 11-year veteran from Notre Dame. Diggins' free throw is good. It's a 1-point game, and 18,000 are on their feet in Seattle. 2:10 left. This is an 11-0 run. Got to have a bucket here. And another steal. That ball tipped, gathered in the backcourt by McDonald. Seattle is in the bonus. They'll be shooting free throws from here on out. Each team with only one timeout left. An 11-0 run by Seattle. This is their first extended run since the second quarter.
And
the people were running away with it. Mitchell off to the right. Mitchell holds and looks off the Boston screen. 20-footer ahead of the key. Yes! Big bucket by Kelsey Mitchell. And it's a 3-point game, 75-72, and 1:54 remaining. Here's Diggins on the move to the left. Out front of Gumake. They dump it to Malonga at the free throw line. Malonga backs in. Turnaround shot. Rimming no. Howard the rebound. Big defensive rebound for Natasha Howard, and now you got to get rid of it. Howard in the backcourt is fouled by Diggins with 1:39 left. Now Callie Green Shields with another Who Am I? I was named Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time Turkish League Player Champion, 2-time EuroLeague Champion. Who am I? You're going to have to tell me that one. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell to the right side for McDonald. Right wing, Boston. Back to Mitchell. 4-3. No! And the rebound taken down by Malonga. Good looking shot. Can't hit it. Now a chance for Seattle to cut it to one or tie with a long one. This is Ogumake on the move to the right. Ogumake on the drive. Cut off at the baseline. Out to Diggins for 3. No! Rebound tip. Malonga gets it back. Another shot for the Storm. Ogumake in the corner back to Diggins. She'll try again for 3. Nope. Line drive rebound Cunningham with 58 seconds left. You got to have a bucket here. You got to have a bucket. Indiana 4 of 21 from distance. Seattle only 2 of 12. You play the clock out here. Mitchell dances on the dribble. On the move to the right. Mitchell drops it back to a Boston. Boston out to McDonald. A 3. In and out. Not the shot you want at that time. And timeout Seattle. That's their last one. No, I beg your pardon. They have a reset timeout remaining. This is what happened Friday against Los Angeles. Los Angeles had a big lead. Seattle came all the way back, tied it in regulation. LA tied it in the first overtime. Sent it to a second overtime, and the Sparks wound up winning. So Seattle will use their timeout. They have a reset timeout, a.k.a. the old school 20-second timeout remaining. They're in the midst of an 11-2 run, and they've gotten it down to 3. Okay, let's try this trivia question again. I was drafted by the Fever. I was named Defensive Player of the Year, 2-time Turkish League Player Champion, and 2-time EuroLeague Champion. Drafted by the Fever. No, it can't be.
Give it a guess. Give it a guess. Because chances are your guess is probably the right one. Because I have no clue.
I don't think so this time. Back to business. 75-72. Indiana leads by 3 in the midst of a Seattle 11-2 run.
And again, it seems like every time the Fever have a really good lead at halftime,
yep,
something happens and they almost completely fall apart.
This is an 11-2 run by Seattle. Wheeler will pull the trigger. Foul line extended left. Kelsey Mitchell guards her. In play to Diggins. 35 seconds left. 22 on the shot clock. Diggins on the move. All the way to the baseline. Whips it to the corner. A Wheeler 3 to tie. Short. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Stays with Seattle with 26.1 left. And Seattle will have 14 on the shot clock. They can't get a defensive rebound to save their lives. Well, you got to have a stop here with 26.1 left. They look to come in, and they lob it in play to Agumake against Boston. Hands to Diggins. Diggins on the drive to the free throw line. Agumake for 3. Nope. Line drive rebound to Williams. They'll get another try. 15 seconds. 12 on the shot clock. They dump it to Malonga. A fadeaway shot in the lane. It rims in. It's a 1-point lead with 10.7 left. Now, Seattle only has a reset timeout left. Indiana will spend their final timeout. It's a 1-point game with 10.7 left. A lot of players on that sequence, I think, were expecting a whistle and didn't get it. Now, Seattle will have to foul. They only have a reset timeout remaining.
They have to foul. And I was going to say that the Fever have to protect that 3-point line to avoid a tie.
Absolutely, they do. The Seattle Storm we have a tie game at Wrigley Field. Orioles have gotten the tying run.
Uh-oh.
They're tied at 3 in the top of the 9th.
Uh-oh. They in Wrigley or they're in Baltimore?
They're in Wrigley. They are in Wrigley. We'll take you through the scoreboard as well. 10.7 left. Here's your story. Indiana has the ball up 1. 75-74. 10.7 seconds remaining. Each team with only a reset timeout left. You can expect Seattle to foul. Neither team has shot well from distance today, from 3-point land. As mentioned, Indiana 4 of 21. Or 4 of 22, rather, from 3-point land. It's a 1-point lead, 75-74. Sophie Cunningham will pull the trigger. Foul line extended left. And if you're Seattle, you have to foul. And you got to do it quickly. Cunningham to come in. Still looking. In play to Mitchell. Mitchell on the fly all the way. Lays it in! 3-point lead, 77-74, and here's the reset timeout by Seattle. Good take by Kelsey Mitchell going to the hole. I would expect Seattle to foul since both teams are in the bonus. I knew it. Natasha Howard. I was drafted by the Fever, named Defensive Player of the Year, Turkish League Player of the League champion, EuroLeague champion, Natasha Howard.
I told you should have just guessed it.
All right, foul line extended left. Williams to come in. They need 3 into Wheeler. 6 seconds. Williams 3. No. And Aaliyah Boston the rebound. Hands to Sophie Cunningham, and that's it. Or is it? We have a foul called. Or do we? Okay, we're going to get a review here. There's 2.3 left on the clock. A foul was called on Skylar Diggins.
I told you should have just guessed it. You probably would have been right.
That's my guess, Callie. Natasha Howard and Aaliyah Boston to the free throw line. Boston got fouled underneath. Free throw good. It's a 4-point lead, 78-74. Second one. Nope. Long rebound taken down by Williams, and now that's your ball game.
Wow.
What a game. Woo. What a ball game.
That was a game.
Indiana led by as many as 13, but they win by 4, 78-74. And our player of the game, what's going to be split between Natasha Howard and Sophie Cunningham. Phew. Fever Nation, you can breathe. The Fever have won their 5th in a row, their longest win streak in the last 10 years. They make it 5 in a row. They move to 17-12 on the year, and they win it 78-74. Natasha Howard finishes with 21 points. Sophie Cunningham finishes with 17. Aaliyah Boston gets her 6th consecutive double-double, the longest of her career. 5 in a row now with 2 more on the road. Tuesday in Los Angeles and Thursday in Phoenix. And remember, they hung 107 points on the Phoenix Mercury just this past week.
That's right.
Shoo!
Can they do it again?
Well, it's gonna be a run and shoot ball game. Let's go over our final totals. Brought to you by Wanna Parlay, the world's richest parlay. Natasha Howard finishes with 21 points. Aaliyah Boston 16 points, 12 rebounds. Sophie Cunningham finishes with 17. Kelsey Mitchell with 9, including a big bucket that extended the lead in the final seconds. Erin McDonald also finished with 9. 6 points off the bench for Damiris Dantas, and that completes their scoring. For Seattle, they were led by Nika Ogumake, who finished with 16, a dozen for Gabby Williams, 13 for Skylar Diggins. Dominique Malonga finishes with a dozen. Ezzie McBeggar finishes with 8. Erica Wheeler 9, including 2 wide open looks for a 3, but couldn't knock it down. And 4 points for Tiffany Mitchell off the bench. Now you can breathe. Phew. I'm old. I can't go through this. But we do it anyway because we love the Fever fans and the WNBA fans that check in.
That's
Final
true.
score one more time is the Indiana Fever 78 and the Seattle Storm 74. What are your thoughts on this game, folks? Leave it in a comment down below. And thank you to everybody that stood up with me and stood up with us with everything that has gone on this afternoon. What I will do beginning with the next stream is allow folks to come up after the game. We'll keep this open keep the lines open for about 10 to 15 minutes after the game, and then we'll wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up here because I'm hungry and I got to feed my family. 78-74, your final. Victor, thanks for coming up. I appreciate you.
No problem, man.
Oh, I'm going to go breathe now. We'll see you next time on Snowman Multimedia and Snowman Sportsnet. God bless you, and so long, everybody.
Snowman on the mic, no mistake, he elevates. Play by play.
The pitch. We're going to drive into deep center field. Miller back at the track, looking up. See you later! Go, Danny, go! 30, 20, 10, 5, good night, touchdown! Unbelievable!
Formation in motion, handoff McBaron, running off right tackle, and McBaron is loose! Goodbye, baby! 20, 10, 5, touchdown!
And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Put it in the book, and that's a Spartan winner.
Vision, precision, lifting hope. Every word is the mission. Ambition with this queen by his side. No division, just fusion.
The preceding has been a presentation of Snowman Sportsnet. For fans, by fans. All heart, all action. The division of Snowman Multimedia. Good night, everybody.